Hi, hey, and all those other great Spade adventures. Welcome back to Spade Yow's Productions game boxing channel with me, Jake Spence, who's also from Spade Yow's Original, with Gorilla Cyclones, Quincore, Florali, and vlogs, as well as art videos. And I'm very happy with today's video because this kind of locks in a childhood goal of mine. And not the Toy Network thing, unfortunately, but I will be updating with that soon. I can promise you that. I just don't know when. Anyway, though, it's another GE episode with two Plush, as the title may say. Well, will say. But just like the Super Shadow Plush, when I was younger, I would go onto eBay constantly. And I would look, and around that time was when GE was making Plush. Because GE, for a lot of my childhood until they stopped making Plush, they were making Plush when I was checking. So I saw a lot of that stuff. And one of them included the Chao Plush. And it was always something that in my head I was like, I want to get this. And when I was younger, $100 was like a fortune. So when I would see that it would be like $20, I'd be like, oh, that's a lot of money. But thankfully, instead of having to pay for, $50 for it or $40, I was able to find one again for $20. The first one that I was going to get, I actually was going to wait for my paycheck. And literally, the day that I got my paycheck, and I went onto it, it was available the day before. But the day I got my paycheck, that's when it went out of sale. Well, not out of sale, but it got out of stock for like a month or two ago. And I was so upset because I was like, dang it was such a good deal. And it's like $20. And then I started searching again. Well, I've been searching. And right when I was about to buy it for $40, found it for a good $20. And there was a warning on both the things saying, hey, it's a small plush. They're not kidding. Now, I thought I was going to like this plush more than the Tomy plush. Honestly, the Tomy plush is actually a really nice plush. But I was like, the quality's going to be better. And let me just show you the plush. Oh, you can't see it? Oh, sorry. Let me just turn it. That's right. That's how small this is. It might not look that small on camera, but let me just give a size comparison. This is my hand. For those who can't tell what my hand looks like, apparently, this is a size comparison. My hand is bigger than this thing. That is crazy. Not gonna have trouble finding room for this. Oh, and they sent a thank you note. Aww. Thank you for selling it to me. That's so kind of you. It's nice getting a thank you in the thing that you ordered. That's so kind. They can now go and buy a nice sushi dinner or something. Why sushi? I don't know. But buy yourself something nice with that $22. Say the cent amount, but I honestly don't remember because I wasn't paying attention. But anyway, though, we are going to open this guy up. And this is actually the first time that I'm seeing this tag in person. I did see it like a few days ago when I was researching another GE plush that I still needed. And it came up. It did come up. But yeah, no, it's not one that I see very often. But this must be an older tag. Which, does it say what year this was produced in? The production model year? I'm sure somewhere it says on here. I mean, it does actually say it was where it was manufactured, so that's good. It's fine. I'll find it later. some point, but I'm going to be editing this, like, right away. So, at first, when I was looking, I was like, oh my gosh, every single Chao plush, like, it's supposed to be attached, and they have this, like, gross, ripped off thing, and it looks so frustrating. No, it actually, you can hang it, and it's so that it floats. Like, I mean, that's not a bad idea, but, in, like, any picture, it just looks broken. So, what are my thoughts about this plush? In pictures, it looks fantastic. The design of it is really good. It looks like a Chao. You can tell it's a Chao. The proportions are actually probably fairly accurate to a Chao. But the problem is, it's small. There's a mini Sonic I have over there, and it's big enough to have details, and it looks nice. And it makes that Sonic look big. I mean, granted, if you were looking to do, like, some kind of, like, Sonic plush series, you know, or have a little mini Chao garden, 8 of these, that's not going to take up a lot of room. You can have a nice little Chao garden diorama here with a bunch of GE Chao. Like, seriously, you can fit this guy in your backpack. Why you would take this guy to school, this precious guy, this guy does not need to see knowledge in a human high school. Trust me, Chao, you need to stay far away from high schools. You need to stay innocent. Anyway, though, I do like the design of the plush. I really, really do. It's cute. It's adorable. It works. It makes sense. But the fact that A, it's small. B, it's very, like, stitched because it's so small. So it feels very, like, stiff. Like, it doesn't feel plushy. So you can tell that it was one of the first ones that was made. Because it's just... which is unfortunate because, again, like, there's not that much Chao merch. So, for what it is, it's actually pretty good. But, you know, the details, they can't be there because they're too small. And you have this weird thing on its tail. Like, why? Why is that yellow thing there? I don't remember that being a thing in any Chao plush. Its wings are actually pretty decent for the size, though. I'll give them that. But honestly, that's all I can really say about this plush. We've already gone over Chao history in the Tomy Dark Chao plush video, so if you want to see that, definitely make sure to go onto that. I can't get over the fact that my hand is bigger than this thing. If I really wanted to, I could fit it into my mouth. The plush, at least half of it. Like, that's crazy to me. This is the smallest plush that almost the smallest plush that I own. I realize I have this, like, plush keychain of Koro Sensei from Assassination Classroom. That's such a good anime. But anyway, though, let's move on to the next thing, which, weirdly enough, I guess they wanted to recycle, but it came into a Chewy.com bag, which is a dog site for, like, toys and food, I guess? Probably food, because usually if there's a company that's selling, you know, dog stuff on a website, they usually would sell stuff like food. So I was like, oh my gosh, they may have actually just sent me dog food. Like, this is going to be really awkward to try to explain. And I was like, did my dad order something? And I just don't know about it. And then I looked at the front and it was like, okay, there's my name. It's real. It's what I ordered. And I looked in the bag and it is. It is what I ordered. So we can actually take out this magnificent plush. I'm so excited. I don't have that many of this character. I literally have, like, 2 different Toy Network ones. And then the Tomy one, and that's it. But that would be Amy Rose. I also do have the GE Classic one. And oh my gosh, she's adorable! I thought that, like, her hedges would be a bit too poofy, but look at her! She's innocent and sweet. And honestly, seeing this plush does kind of make me wonder what an Amy plush would look like if they gave her her Pico Pico hammer. Like, Tommy should have done that, because they did all these different, like, poses and weird things. But if they would have made Amy have her Pico Pico hammer, that would have been fantastic. Because they did that with the Jazzwares figure, but not any merch with plush. And that would have been great. But here we go, Amy Rose, right height. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with how this looks. You know, the funny thing is, this is the first time that we're actually seeing these like bangs, because tails, there is no modern tails. I don't know why, but there's a Sonic X Tails and there's a classic Tails in the set. But there's no modern Tails. But what does Amy have here? So she has her headband, which this one, they went with a flat piece of felt just on the head, stitch on each end, which is actually, it's not bad. It's actually very nice because then it's not going to come off. A lot of the Toy Network plush that I've been seeing and trying to get of Amy is one of the hardest ones, because while Amy is actually fairly common to find on websites like eBay, Mercari, the problem is that all of them have the headband, one side of it, like, sticking off where it's broken. And I'm like, so close. It had a tag, no tears, no anything, but that one string that just had to break, because it's a solid piece and it's not put on by that much. Literally, you could go in with scissors and cut it off. I know. But this one, you could, but it's more so like glued on. And that is amazing. That is fantastic. For the eyelashes themselves, they look actually really nice. And instead of going like a separate piece of felt, again, like the Toy Network one did, they went with a nice embroidered look, which works very well. I do think it's kind of interesting because while the plush does look very nice, and it kind of adds to the plush for some reason, but the face seems like squished and a little wide. Like, the head just seems wide, the face seems squished. But it's okay. Like, it's very 3D, very nice looking. But even though that sounds like a criticism, it's weirdly a compliment, and that's strange to me. The mouth is actually embroidered fairly nicely, because I'm assuming that this is, well, embedded fairly nicely. This is probably an older plush. So the fact that they got that fairly decently correct is, well, not correct, but so nice is actually pretty cool. You've got the eyes embedded on there as like with the mouth, but with the eyes, the irises, I can notice that one is a little off. This is something that would be hard to actually get correct, though, because, you know, you got to make it symmetrical, and that's something that I have trouble in with my own artwork. So I can't really criticize when, you know, it happens on plush, because it does happen, you know? But all in all, it looks okay. You know, this one's a little too lower. If you made it higher, it would be nice. Sorry about that. Just had to make a quick cut. But anyway, though, the dress is very soft. It looks very, very nice. And you've got this white trim that they always have. I act like that's a new thing. I am noticing, though, that there is a little bit of stitching right on the border here. And that's probably where it meets with the white and the red, which is actually really cool. And the nice thing is, the dress is puffy. And I don't remember other Amy plushes really having the dress going like out, like kind of like a poodle skirt kind of thing. So that actually works so nicely. The other thing is, the rings actually, they're actually attached. They don't slide off because you see when I'm doing this, I'm pushing on it a little bit. It's not sliding up. There have been a few Sonic plush, few Shadow plush. I think mostly just the one Sonic plush I'm thinking of, where for some reason the glove, that part for the wrist actually wasn't attached to the glove, so you could slide it up and down on his arm, which is just super, super weird. Going down from there, the shoes are very nice. It's interesting to see because for most of the GE plush, the bottom of the shoe is actually kind of like that felt, that soft felt texture, but it's not that. It's more so the regular texture. And I just noticed it gave her thumbs that are like folded into her hand. That's interesting. Very interesting design choice. I honestly wouldn't have done that or thought to do that, but I mean, it works. It works pretty nicely. Going to the back of the plush, they do have that opening for the dress. The tail is under the dress as well. So they got that correct. They got the whole like white line on the back correct as well. The dress is embroidered into the actual plush. So I don't think it could... Oh, no, wait, it's not. It is not. Okay, I just realized you could actually... Because I was like, I'm going to check that really quick. I'm sure it's like sewed at one specific point, but probably because of the tail being there, they don't really need to. But I think that white part makes it where that's probably sewn in there. I'm not going to play around with it too much because I don't want to break it, and it was hard to find an Amy. This was produced in 2016, though. Huh. Interesting. So they made some pretty interesting design choices then. One thing that I don't like about this plush, however, and this is very minor, it doesn't really matter, and they actually didn't do it in the worst way because they put it at like the back, and the tag isn't half the plush Tomy. Like, sorry, that just bothers me how you get a Tomy plush and their face is going to be covered by the tag because they put it in a really weird spot. But the touch tags are for Amy are usually under the dress so that you can't see it, whereas for this one it's on the dress, which is definitely a very strange choice. Other than that though, I really do like the look of this plush, and it's going to go very nice on the shelf with the Chao. Even though I did complain a lot about the Chao itself, it's still cute, and it's still going to go very nicely right next to Cream. And if possible, in the future, I might try to actually get another one of those and make a little bow tie for him. Or I could just get the Sonic X She's the Chao plush, which is about like $200. So, that's not going to happen for a long time. But anyway, though, that is it for the plush. And before we go off, as you guys know, I've been liking to open up the IDW comics at the end of these videos. It's not necessarily sure, but it's definitely something that I really like to do, especially since I'll be able to read it. And this is 20 years of IDW, so now all of the Sonic comics are going to have this IDW logo on it, which is pretty cool. That means that any ones that don't have that logo, if they've accidentally printed the wrong logo, that would be a rare comic. And that would surprisingly probably sell for a lot of money. Last time on the IDW comics, we had the villains going and trying to get Dr. Eggman his memory back. Spoiler alert, it did work. Eggman did get his memory back. He got his whole mojo back, if you will. And the Doctor, even more spoilers, the Doctor offered him 7 Chaos Emeralds, all 7 of the Chaos Emeralds, just to get, like, as as an apprentice fee to show his loyalty. All 7. I'm going to say that 4 more times. I'm not actually. But that would make 7. But, like, that's wild. And then they had these guys, Rough and Tumble. They're going to go and distract Sonic and crew. Just so that Eggman can decide what his next scheme will be. So, let's open this up really quickly just to see what the other covers will be. And honestly, I thought the main one was going to be this one. I actually do like the one that they picked, but I liked this one a little bit better because that's the one I saw. There's this Eggman one with a robotic flower, and I don't know what that means. But I'm sure we're going to find out. Anyway, though, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button, share this out with everybody you know and love, brother, mother, sister, father, iguana. And I'm gonna be reading this at some point, just not tonight because I have a lot to do. I have this video to edit for tomorrow and some cherry vanilla ice cream to eat. Also some plush to put on a shelf. Alright, see you guys later. Keep your toes safe.